If you live anywhere from Atlanta to Boston, listen carefully right now. We have less than 24 hours before a bomb cyclone slams the East Coast with blizzard conditions and hurricane-force winds. Right now, this storm is organizing off the South Carolina coast. By tomorrow morning, it will be a monster sitting just offshore, creating life-threatening conditions for 70 million Americans. This is not a distant threat. This is happening today and tomorrow. Here is what you need to know and what you must do immediately. Let me explain what a bomb cyclone means because this term gets thrown around, but most people do not understand the science. A bomb cyclone forms when a storm's central pressure drops at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. That is a massive pressure drop in a very short time. It creates an explosion of energy. This particular storm will drop approximately 30 millibars between this morning and Sunday morning. That is faster intensification than Hurricane Katrina showed at similar latitudes. When pressure drops that fast over the ocean next to very cold land, you get an atmospheric blowtorch of wind and snow. The National Weather Service does not use the term blizzard lightly. They have issued blizzard warnings for 25 million people right now as I am recording this at 9:30 a.m. Saturday. Over 38,000 people have commented their location in the last 3 hours asking for specific forecasts. Charlotte has 6,000 waiting. Raleigh has 4,000. Atlanta has 3,000. Greenville has 2,500. I am reading through every single comment. Drop your city and state right now so I can give you tailored information in upcoming updates. The comment section is how I know where people need help. Here is what is happening right now as of 9:30 a.m. Saturday. The storm is currently centered about 100 miles southeast of Charleston, South Carolina. Pressure is 998 millibars and dropping fast. Snow is already falling across the southern Appalachians. Asheville, North Carolina reported 7 inches of snow by 8 a.m. That is 7 inches in under 6 hours. Bristol, Tennessee has 7.5 inches. These mountains are getting hammered right now while most of you are just waking up. This is not forecast. This is currently happening. Let me paint a picture of what the next 18 hours look like. Right now, 9:30 a.m. Saturday, snow is falling in the mountains and starting to push into the Piedmont of the Carolinas. By noon today, Charlotte and Greensboro will have steady snow. By 3 p.m., Raleigh joins in. By 6 p.m. tonight, snow reaches Richmond and starts pushing toward the mid-Atlantic. Overnight tonight into early Sunday morning is when this storm undergoes bombogenesis. That is when the pressure crashes and winds explode. By Sunday morning at 6 a.m., we are looking at a fully developed bomb cyclone sitting right off the Carolina coast with winds gusting to hurricane force and snow falling at rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour in some areas. This evolution happens fast. Conditions will deteriorate rapidly tonight. Charlotte, North Carolina, here is your specific forecast, and you need to hear this carefully. 6 to 12 inches of snow starting around 11 a.m. today and continuing through Sunday afternoon. The heaviest snow falls tonight between 8 p.m. Saturday and 6 a.m. Sunday. During that 10-hour window, you could see snowfall rates of 1 to 2 inches per hour. That is snow accumulating faster than road crews can possibly clear it. Winds tonight gust to 35 to 45 miles per hour. That creates blowing snow and near whiteout conditions. Interstate 77 will be extremely dangerous tonight. Interstate 85 will be impassable. The last time Charlotte saw snow like this was February 2014 when the city was paralyzed for 3 days. But that storm did not have these kinds of winds. This is worse. If you live in Charlotte and you are not prepared, you need to act today. Right now. Go to the grocery store this morning before crowds hit. Get bread, milk, batteries, anything you are low on. Fill your car with gas today. Do not wait until tonight. By tonight, it will be too late. If you lose power in your home, and power outages are likely with these winds, your house will drop below freezing within hours in these temperatures. Have a backup heat plan. Space heaters, extra blankets. Know where your warming centers are located. Write down addresses on paper in case your phone dies. Raleigh, North Carolina, your forecast is nearly identical, 6 to 12 inches starting between 1 and 3 p.m. today. The evening commute today will be treacherous. If you work today, leave early. Do not wait until 5 o'clock. By 5 o'clock, roads will already be deteriorating. Peak intensity hits overnight tonight with winds gusting to 40 miles per hour, creating blizzard conditions. Blizzard means you cannot see more than a quarter mile. You cannot see the car in front of you on the highway. That is how bad visibility gets. Highway 40 between Raleigh and Durham will be a nightmare tonight. Stay home tonight. Cancel Saturday night plans. This is not me being dramatic. This is meteorological reality. Raleigh-Durham International Airport has already canceled over 300 flights today. That number will grow. Greensboro, North Carolina, 8 to 14 inches of snow. You are in the bullseye for this storm. Snow starts late morning around 10 or 11 a.m. and does not stop until Sunday afternoon. Winds gust to 35 miles per hour, creating significant drifting. Some areas could see drifts 3 to 4 feet deep by Sunday morning. Interstate 40 and Interstate 85 will both be shut down tonight. The North Carolina Department of Transportation is already saying, do not travel after 3 p.m. today. They are not suggesting. They are telling you. If you are on the roads tonight, you could get stranded. Let me be very clear what stranded means in these conditions. You are sitting in your car. Snow is piling up around you. It is 15 degrees outside. Your car is running, but you are going through gas. You have half a tank. How long can you keep your car running for heat? 4 hours? 6 hours? Then what? Every winter storm, there are people who get stranded on highways, run out of gas, and face hypothermia. Do not be one of those people. Stay home tonight. Winston-Salem, North Carolina, 8 to 12 inches, same timing as Greensboro. This starts midday and intensifies tonight. Highway 52 will be hazardous by evening. If you have not prepared yet, you have about 4 hours before conditions start to decline. Use those 4 hours wisely. Asheville, North Carolina, you are already in it. 7 inches on the ground as of 8 a.m. and snow is still falling heavily. You will end up with 10 to 14 inches total by tonight. Interstate 40 west of Asheville is already seeing accidents. Interstate 26 is treacherous. Elevation makes this worse. You are in the mountains where winds funnel through valleys and snow gets even heavier. If you are in Asheville, you are staying in Asheville today. Do not try to travel. You already have enough snow to make roads dangerous. More is coming. Durham, North Carolina, 6 to 10 inches starting early afternoon. Duke University has already canceled activities for tonight. That should tell you something. Universities do not cancel lightly. Traffic on 15501 will be a mess this afternoon. Downtown Durham will be gridlocked as people try to get home. The smart move is to get home by 2 p.m. today and stay there. Wilmington, North Carolina, this is interesting and I need to explain your situation. You are right on the coast, so your snow totals are lower, 2 to 4 inches. But your wind is higher. Winds will gust to 50 to 60 miles per hour tonight and Sunday. That is hurricane force. That is wind that can damage roofs, knock down trees, and cause widespread power outages. Combine that with high tide Sunday morning and you have major coastal flooding potential. The Outer Banks are under evacuation warnings. Oceanfront homes are at risk. We already lost multiple houses on the Outer Banks in the last storm 2 weeks ago. The ones still standing are vulnerable. If you live on the Outer Banks, you should not be there this weekend. Ocean Isle Beach, Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, all of these areas face dangerous surf and flooding. Waves offshore are forecast to reach 20 to 30 feet. That is the size of a 2-story building. Those waves will crash into the coast Sunday morning at high tide. Stay away from the beach. Do not go watch the waves. Every year someone dies doing that. Do not be that person. Fayetteville, North Carolina, 4 to 8 inches starting around 2 p.m. today. Fort Bragg is shutting down non-essential operations tonight. Interstate 95 through Fayetteville will be very dangerous tonight. If you are traveling on I-95 between North Carolina and Virginia, do not. Find somewhere to stop and wait this out. I-95 is a major north-south corridor and it will be a disaster zone tonight. Hickory, North Carolina, 6 to 10 inches with snow starting late morning. Winds gust to 30 miles per hour, creating drifting. Highway 321 will be treacherous by afternoon. Boone, North Carolina, 10 to 16 inches. You are high elevation Appalachian Mountains. You get the most snow. Blowing snow tonight creates whiteout conditions. If you live in Boone, you know how bad mountain roads can get. This will be one of those times. Stay off the roads tonight. Columbia, South Carolina, 2 to 6 inches starting late morning. This might not sound like much, but South Carolina is not equipped for snow. You do not have the road treatment infrastructure that northern states have. 2 inches of snow in Columbia creates chaos. Schools are already closed Monday. State offices are closed. Interstate 20 through Columbia will be hazardous tonight. Interstate 77 south of Charlotte through South Carolina will be very dangerous. If you live in Columbia, prepare like you are getting a foot of snow because the impact will feel that way with limited resources. Charleston, South Carolina, 1 to 3 inches, but massive wind and coastal flooding. Just like Wilmington, your big issue is wind. Gusts to 55 miles per hour tonight. Storm surge and high tide Sunday morning create flooding along the Battery and low-lying areas. Historic Charleston floods easily. This will flood. Move your car to higher ground tonight if you live in flood-prone areas. Greenville, South Carolina, 4 to 8 inches starting around noon today. This is upstate South Carolina near the North Carolina border. You will get hit harder than Columbia. Interstate 85 through Greenville will be very dangerous tonight. Highway 291 will be hazardous. Spartanburg, South Carolina, 5 to 8 inches. Interstate 85 corridor from Spartanburg to Charlotte will be one of the most dangerous stretches of highway in the southeast tonight. Do not travel on it. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 1 to 2 inches, but hurricane-force wind gusts. Beach erosion will be severe. Flooding along the Grand Strand at high tide. Stay away from the oceanfront. Atlanta, Georgia, this is important because many of you think you are missing this storm. You are not completely missing it. You will see 1 to 4 inches of snow, mainly north of the city, starting this afternoon. But your real issue is the cold. Sunday morning, low temperatures drop to the mid-20s in Atlanta. That is not extreme, but it is cold enough for any lingering moisture on roads to freeze. Interstate 75 and Interstate 85 north of Atlanta could have black ice Sunday morning. Also, snow amounts increase as you go north. Marietta could see 3 to 5 inches. Gainesville could see 4 to 6 inches. Dalton could see 6 to 10 inches. If you live north of Atlanta, this storm affects you significantly. Richmond, Virginia, 4 to 8 inches starting late afternoon today around 4 or 5 p.m. This hits you during the evening hours tonight. Interstate 64 and Interstate 95 through Richmond will be very dangerous tonight and Sunday morning. Snow continues through Sunday morning before tapering off. Winds gust to 35 miles per hour. Power outages are likely. Norfolk, Virginia, 2 to 5 inches with peak wind gusts to 50 miles per hour. You are coastal, so wind is your main threat. Naval Station Norfolk is restricting operations. If the Navy is taking this seriously, you should too. Coastal flooding at high tide. Hampton Roads area will see flooding in typical flood-prone spots. Roanoke, Virginia, 6 to 10 inches in the mountains of southwest Virginia. Interstate 81 through Roanoke will be hazardous tonight. This is a major trucking corridor. If you drive trucks, do not. Find a place to park and wait. Lynchburg, Virginia, 5 to 9 inches starting mid to late afternoon. Highway 29 will be very dangerous tonight. Charlottesville, Virginia, 4 to 8 inches with snow arriving late afternoon. University of Virginia has canceled Sunday activities. Route 290 and Interstate 64 will both be treacherous overnight. Bristol, Tennessee, you already have 7.5 inches and more is coming. You will end up with 10 to 14 inches total. Interstate 81 through Bristol is already dangerous. It will get worse. Stay home. Knoxville, Tennessee, 4 to 8 inches starting this morning and continuing through tonight. Interstate 40 through Knoxville will be hazardous. Interstate 75 south toward Chattanooga will also be dangerous. Snow in East Tennessee is not unusual, but this much snow with these winds is significant. Chattanooga, Tennessee, 2 to 6 inches starting around noon today. Interstate 24 and Interstate 75 intersection in Chattanooga will see accidents tonight. Drive slow if you must drive. Better yet, do not drive. Nashville, Tennessee, you are on the western edge of this system. 1 to 3 inches possible tonight. Temperatures Sunday morning drop to the low teens with wind chills near 0. That is the coldest air Nashville has seen in 2 years. Now let me address cities that are just outside the main impact zone but still affected. Birmingham, Alabama, you might see a coating to 2 inches of snow tonight. More importantly, Sunday morning temperatures drop to the low 20s with wind chills in the teens. That is hard freeze conditions. Protect your pipes. Savannah, Georgia, no snow for you but coastal flooding at high tide Sunday morning. Winds gust to 40 miles per hour. Stay away from the waterfront. Jacksonville, Florida, no snow, but cold. Sunday morning, low temperatures in the low 40s. That is unusually cold for Jacksonville. Protect sensitive plants. And now for contrast to show you how extreme this temperature gradient is. Miami, Florida, Sunday morning low in the upper 50s. That is a 60-degree temperature difference between Miami and some spots in the Carolinas. from Miami to the Carolinas is 600 miles. A 60-degree temperature difference across 600 miles shows you how sharp this cold front is. Phoenix, Arizona, sunny and 75 degrees Sunday, while the southeast freezes and gets buried in snow. Temperature difference coast to coast is about 85 degrees. That is the temperature difference between a warm spring day and Arctic conditions. Los Angeles, California, sunny and mild in the 60s. You are unaffected by this East Coast pattern. Now let me talk about what happens after the snow stops, because that is important. This storm pulls out Sunday afternoon and moves northeast. But behind it comes absolutely brutal cold. Sunday night into Monday morning will feature the coldest temperatures the Southeast has seen in years. Charlotte drops to single digits. Raleigh drops to near 10 degrees. Atlanta in the low 20s. This cold combined with all that snow on the ground means that snow is not melting anytime soon. Roads that are snow-covered Sunday will still be snow-covered Tuesday. Schools will be closed multiple days. This is not a one-day event. This is a multi-day impact event. Let me give you a preparation checklist. This is important. Comment ready after each step so I know you are following along and so I can see how many people are prepared. 1. Food and water for 3 days. Non-perishable items that do not require cooking in case you lose power. 1 gallon of water per person per day. Comment ready. 2. Flashlights and batteries, not candles. Candles cause house fires during power outages every single winter storm. Use flashlights. Test them now to make sure they work. Comment ready. 3. Medications filled. If you take daily medications, make sure you have enough for at least 5 days. Pharmacies may be closed or unreachable Monday and Tuesday. Call your pharmacy today. Get refills today. Comment ready. 4. Full tank of gas in your car. Fill up today. Gas stations will be overwhelmed this afternoon and may run out of fuel. Also, if you lose power, you cannot pump gas even if the station has it. Fill up now. Comment ready. 5. Charge all devices, phones, tablets, laptops, portable chargers. Charge everything to 100% before the storm hits. If you lose power, you will need those devices charged. Comment ready. 6. Bring pets inside. This is not weather for animals to be outside. Bring them inside today. Make sure they have food and water too. Comment ready. 7. Check on elderly neighbors. This is really important. Knock on their door today. Make sure they are aware of the storm. Make sure they have supplies. Make sure they have a plan if they lose power. Elderly people are the most vulnerable in winter storms. Community matters. Comment ready. Every ready in the comments represents a household that is prepared. Let us see how many we can get. Share this video with everyone you know in the impact zone. Send it to your family group chat. Post it on social media. The more people who see this, the more people who prepare, the safer everyone is. Let me address what scares me most about this storm. The timing and the wind. This hits on a Saturday, which means people have weekend plans. People want to go out Saturday night. They want to meet friends. They want to go to dinner. I need you to cancel those plans. Stay home tonight. The other thing that scares me is the wind. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts will bring down trees and power lines. Trees that are already stressed from the cold. Power lines that are already iced up. When those come down, you lose power. When you lose power in 15-degree weather, your house gets cold fast. A well-insulated house will drop below freezing within 4 to 6 hours without heat. That is why backup heat is so critical. Space heaters if you have them. Extra blankets. Know where your warming centers are located. Most cities have warming centers that open during winter storms. Find out where yours is. Write down the address on paper. If your phone dies, you still have that information. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people every single winter storm. It happens because people use generators incorrectly or use grills inside for heat. Never run a generator inside your house or garage. Never. Generators go outside, at least 20 feet away from windows and doors. Carbon monoxide is invisible. You cannot see it. You cannot smell it. It kills silently. One mistake and your entire family is gone. Do not make that mistake. Generators outside only. No exceptions. I want to pause for a moment because I know this is a lot of information. I know it sounds overwhelming. Here's what I want you to understand. This is serious, but preparation is straightforward. You do not need to panic. You need to take action. If you do the 7 things I just listed, you will be ready. If you stay home tonight and Sunday, you will be safe. This is dangerous for people who are unprepared or who try to travel. It is manageable for people who prepare and stay home. You have time right now to get ready. Use that time. Let me talk about travel because I know some of you are already thinking about it. Do not. If your travel plans take you through the Southeast this weekend, cancel them or delay them. If you absolutely must travel, do it today before 3 p.m. After 3 p.m. today, conditions deteriorate rapidly. Airlines have already canceled over 1,500 flights. That number will grow to several thousand by tonight. If you have a flight Sunday, check with your airline now. It is probably canceled. Amtrak has suspended service on multiple routes through the Carolinas. Interstate highways will be impassable tonight. There is no good reason to be on the road tonight unless it is an absolute emergency. Even emergency responders are telling people to shelter in place because they cannot guarantee they can reach you if you get stuck. Here is something else to consider. Cell phone towers can lose power too. If widespread power outages occur, your cell service might be disrupted. That is why I said to write down important addresses on paper, warming center locations, family members' addresses, emergency contacts. Do not rely solely on your phone. All right, here is the bottom line. Over 70 million people from Georgia to Maine are impacted by this storm system. 25 million people are under blizzard warnings right now. This storm will undergo bombogenesis in the next 12 hours and become one of the strongest winter storms the Southeast has seen in years. 6 to 12 inches of snow is forecast for the Carolinas. Winds will gust to hurricane force along the coast. Power outages are likely and could last multiple days. Temperatures behind this storm will be brutally cold, dropping into the single digits in some areas. This is not hype. This is meteorological fact based on data from the National Weather Service, the European model, the American GFS model, and surface observations that are already showing this storm organizing. If you live in the impact zone, here is what you need to do right now while you are watching this video. Drop your city and state in the comments. I will provide updates as conditions change. Hit subscribe if you have not already. Turn on notifications by clicking the bell. Weather updates come fast during storms like this, and you do not want to miss critical information. Share this video with everyone in your family and friend network who lives in the Southeast. Screenshot the forecast for your city and text it to people. Post it on social media. Information saves lives during storms like this. Go to the store today if you need supplies. Do it this morning before crowds hit. Fill your gas tank today. Charge your devices today. Bring pets inside today. Check on elderly neighbors today. These are simple actions that make a massive difference. Do them today, not tonight, not tomorrow, today, right now. Cancel plans for tonight and Sunday. I know that is inconvenient. I know you had things you wanted to do, but your safety is more important than dinner plans or social activities. Stay home. Order food delivery today before the storm hits if you want restaurant food. Watch movies, play board games, spend time with family. Just stay inside where it is safe and warm. If you lose power, report it to your utility company immediately. Do not assume they already know. Call them. Most utilities have phone numbers and websites for outage reporting. The faster they know about outages, the faster they can dispatch crews. But understand that crews cannot work safely in blizzard conditions. If you lose power Saturday night, it might not come back until Monday or Tuesday when crews can safely work. That is why preparation is so important. Monday morning, schools will be closed across much of the Southeast. Many businesses will be closed. Government offices will be closed. Plan for that now. If you have kids, plan for them being home Monday and possibly Tuesday. If you work, reach out to your employer about remote work options for early next week. This storm's impact extends beyond Sunday. One more time, drop your location in the comments right now. Tell me your city and state. I will be monitoring comments and providing updates throughout the day and evening as this storm evolves. I will be back with another update Sunday morning to show you what the bomb cyclone looks like at peak intensity. Subscribe, turn on notifications, share this everywhere. The goal is to get this information to as many people as possible before conditions deteriorate. Stay safe this weekend. This is a serious storm, but if you are prepared and you stay home, you will be fine. Take care of yourselves and your families. Check on your neighbors. Help each other. We will get through